Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We've got another oil pump inspection project cleanup today. This is for the Cooper S engine. So this is the pump that was supplied with the cam. Now it is one of these AP branded pumps, and I've noticed that these always seem to have a bit of grit in them, and this pump is no exception. You can see this sort of whitish material here. Again, this is more of a polishing media. The ring has it inside all of the wedges, and the rotor also has it on the faces. So this thing just really didn't get cleaned enough in my opinion. But also I do need to investigate the pump because sometimes there is flashing that's about to break off, particularly in this region here. Now this looks like a pretty solid casting, which is good to see, but I always like to double check to make sure that this isn't just going to break off, because I've had some of these where it's literally about to fall right off. So I will go through this and clean up all these sharp edges with the file, just in case there's something about ready to break off. I want it to break off now rather than when the engine's running. But that's what you have to do to every single one of these pumps at a bare minimum, is clean them. The next phase after you've cleaned one is to do measurements. Now you can use a measuring tool like this, or you can use a dial depth gauge like this. But either way, you need to be able to do some measurement checks to see what the thickness is of this rotor in relationship to this ring, in relationship to the housing, to understand how much clearance you have between the rotor, the ring, and the top plate. The better the clearance is, the better this pump will be at picking up oil from the sump and producing pressure. So the way you can measure it with this, obviously I still need to clean these, but we'll just take a quick measurement. So this thing reads 0.560 or 559 something, but basically 0.56. This ring, if we measure it as well, we can see that the ring itself measures a little bit thicker, maybe about half thou thicker, but it's basically 0.56, I don't know, 5, 4, something like that. So fortunately these two, component-wise, are relatively close in thickness to each other. Now, in order to measure the depth, you're going to need some sort of depth tool. I happen to have this here, and I've already calibrated this to read 0. So if we stick this in here, this says 0.564. So the housing is actually 4 thou taller than the thickness of these rings. Now, if all you have is a depth tool like this, you can do the same measurements with the pump kind of assembled, and you can check your clearances this way, and all you need to do is just set the pin onto the location you want to measure. So for instance, if I want to measure the ring, just set it against the ring, bring it down. We can see that the ring is about 3 thou lower than the top surface. The rotor is about 4 thou. So there is a difference in height once it's all assembled. And 3 thou is usable. I'd prefer a little bit tighter than that on the cover plate, but that's how you would use this gauge to measure these. Otherwise, these things are, at least the rotor and the ring, are fairly close in terms of their thicknesses. The only other thing that you want to measure, I should say there's a couple things you want to measure. The two things would be the clearance between the rotor and the ring and the housing. And to do that, you're going to need a set of feeler blades. So let's see here. I'm just going to use 5. We want to check and see what the tip of the rotor versus the largest part of the ring. What does this measure out as? And I can get a 5 thou feeler blade in here, so it's at least 5 thousandths clearance. Now there are specifications, you can look these up, but I'm just demonstrating how I would go about measuring this. So let's see if we can fit a 7 thou in there. And you can check all 4 rotors. I'm just checking the 1. So I cannot fit the 7. So this ring to rotor clearance is probably around 6 thou. Yeah, I can't fit the 7 in there at all. Let me check these other 2. So no. So I'd say it's at least 6 on that. Now, the other thing you can check is the ring to housing clearance. Same process. grab a feeler blade, and I like to give the ring a little bit of a pull away from the housing just to give it some space to check its maximum clearance. And I cannot fit a 4th thou feeler blade in there, so let me try something a little smaller here. I'll try a 3. So 3 fits in just fine, as you can see. So this is a 3/1000 clearance between the ring and the housing, because like I said, I could not fit the 4th thou in there, so it has to be 3 if the 3 fits. It could be a little bit thicker than 3, I suppose, since 3 went in so nicely, but I cannot, I'd have to force the 4 into there. So 3/1000 clearance here, about 6/1000 clearance, and I will just double check that with a 6th thou feeler blade. Just barely. Yeah. Actually, it might even be a little bit less than 6. It's acting quite tight, so this might be 5.5 thousandths between rotor and ring. So I'm going to go ahead and write all this down on a piece of paper so you can understand more clearly what I just said, and then we'll discuss what to do next. Here's a shot showing the pump. I did run the backside across my surfacing plate to check for any high spots. All that has been removed. I ran a file across all the sharp edges, take all the burrs off. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I did run this across a lapping surface to take a thou out of the top, just to tighten up my clearance a little bit. So I went ahead and looked up the clearances. So for the rotor to ring, the ideal clearance is between 4 and 5, and we were at 5. The ring to housing, I measured at 3. Ideal is between 3 and 4. And then the housing to everything, basically the top plate down to the ring and the rotor, it should be about 3 thou. And I was at 4, so I've gone ahead and that's why I took a thou off the top, just to bring it in a little bit tighter on the top. So now that we've prepped the pump, we can actually assemble it. But there's one more task that we need to do, and that is to verify the bolts don't bottom out in the block when you bolt it up when it's fully assembled. So I'm going to reassemble the pump, and then we'll go over to the block and check to make sure that we don't have any clearance issues, because I've had that happen before where you reuse the bolts or something and then the bolts bottom out and then the pump doesn't seal properly. So let's go ahead and check that before we continue on with the assembly. Well, for those of you who are wondering why the block is sitting on a different location, and that's because I went to do the checking height of the bolts in relation to the pump, in relation to the block, make sure the bolts don't bottom out into the block, and I realized that this pump is a 2-bolt pump and this block is still running the original 3-bolt pattern. So in order to run this pump, this modern pump, you have to drill out this other location because it only mounts using these 2-bolt holes. So that was the goal. So I brought the block inside, set it up on the drill press, drilled out the hole, tapped it, added a little chamfer. So now the pump fits nice and snugly. It torques up nicely with the bolts. So that was what was needed to get this pump to work with this block. So I think that finally concludes all the work I had to do with the pump, and obviously a little bit extra with the block. But this just goes to show that just because you get parts from a supplier doesn't mean necessarily they're going to fit your application, and you might need to either modify the parts or modify the block to make it work. And in this case, I had to modify the block to make this work. So pretty common. This is an A+ pump design. It uses the slot drive, so any future rebuilds of this block will be able to utilize this new hole location for the pump. So hopefully you guys appreciate that little video. It certainly was more work than I was expecting today, but that's just how it goes sometimes. So appreciate everyone who has watched thus far. If you did, let me know. Comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon.